As you can see, I'm from the Training Innovation Centre. It doesn't really matter who I am because we're a team of people who actually help produce assets to help you deliver training. And we're talking about products such as illustration, 2D and 3D animation, technical photography, virtual reality, video, and total e-learning packages. We are an RSA asset, but as you saw from the dotted line before, we work closely with DRA and TDT especially on a memorandum of understanding that allows the field artillery a route into us via TDT to obtain training assets. So if you have a requirement for something that you need within your presentations or a piece of e-learning, if it goes back through the DSAT cycle to TDT, they will then make a request to us and we will produce the asset for you, keeping within the DSAT process. Okay, so hopefully we got a little tick in the box. Okay, our objectives are exactly the same as yours. Tough one, you look at the bottom one, faster, cheaper, better, a cliche that's going around everywhere at the moment. Very difficult thing to achieve. Quite often you can achieve two of those, but then you fail on the third one. If you do something faster and cheaper, is it better? If you do something better, is it faster and cheaper? So we're all working under really tough constraints today. My presentation is about these two things really, just to increase your awareness of the in-house capabilities that are available to you, and to put to you a rapid e-learning initiative that hopefully will be there to help everybody. Just another piece of literature that you're all probably aware of, probably not a Bible you'd go to bed with, but I just want to draw your attention to this bit here, in-house courseware development. Okay, now it's my view that actually this doesn't give you enough information. It does highlight the advantages and disadvantages of in-house training, but it actually doesn't build on that by telling you that there is an in-house resource. There is a team of specialists within the MOD Media Group that are there and are available to you to help you provide your training material. That's either through the TDT here or RSA training, but also external to that, there is a media group that can actually provide advice, guidance, and in many cases point you in the right direction to have either new media developed or tell you where there is an asset that you can actually use to save time in training up your personnel to do illustrations, complicated PowerPoint presentations, bits of flash media that you need to help develop a piece of training and deliver it effectively. This is the Mod Media Group website. It's available for you through DefenceNet. Okay, and it is accessible to you. Although there's a user login over there, that actually only covers one specific area that is there for the design group. And all of the media centres around the MOD all work under this group. They've all got heads of profession. You can see at the top the main groups there: graphics, photography, and digital print. If you look down the column on your right-hand side, you will see there's a whole list of things there to help you. Some guidance notes, and you can click on those and reference those, and within there is some contacts that you can actually use. Okay, so before you think about the external route of going commercial on everything, just investigate a little bit further to see if it is available in-house, because a majority of the time there will be some help there to give you a better quality product and to get it to you that little bit quicker. Okay, you can see also that our assets go into the RATDT website as well. I don't want to steal their thunder at all, but we do provide assets to them. They'll talk about that later. And this is obviously their web page through ArmyNet. And the web developer for RSA is actually housed within the media center, within the innovation center itself. We also put online for RSA packages, pre-course learning packages that have been developed in-house in total through the design center there, encompassing all of the qualities that we have and all the specialists we have from the video department and the graphics and the print department, all coming together to produce one end product, which is then sent up to Blandford and put online and is available for everybody to access. And there you can see there's another couple, and one I'm going to actually hit on in a minute is a BODMAS example that we did for BST. So I'll give you a presentation example, and this was the first product we produced called for CLM. So basically, this wasn't initially requested as a piece of e-learning. It came in as a job to produce a video. But he was going around the country to all the 12 regiments, giving presentations, and he wanted to deliver something online that people could access as and when required, and also that they could only use bits that was relevant to them at the time. They didn't want to sit through a whole 45 minutes presentation. Okay, before I go ahead and play any of it, I just want you to look at what's on there, because we're using something called Adobe Presenter. And there's a multitude of different rapid e-learning and rapid authoring software out there that has a very similar interface. But we've chosen Adobe product because it's a commercial product, and it actually plugs into Adobe Connect, which is a learning management system. So once we've created a lot of training material in this format, there is scope to improve further, where we can plug into a learning management system and actually gain good feedback through doing quizzes and courses within their training. So there's a next step from just developing and producing the content, which can actually be used as a validation tool as well. So I'll just play a little bit of this.
Hello, my name's Sergeant Dave Moffat. I'm the CLM1 officer for the Royal Artillery. I work out of RATDT here at Gunner Barracks at Larkhill. I'm going to speak to you about Command Leadership Management, CLM, version 2008. The aim of CLM then, I'll give you a few moments to read the aim of CLM before I expand on it.
Okay.
Operational and in barracks are clearly the salient points within the aim, and they're there.
I'm just going to pause it there a little bit, because I just want to tell you how this was put together. Basically, this was Dave Moffat's PowerPoint presentation, and we recorded him here in Newcombe Hall just giving his presentation, and we synced the two up together from PowerPoint to produce this output. So what I'm saying to you is, all you instructors who are producing PowerPoint can now actually produce something like this. Now in this situation it was recorded live, as we're doing today. We're recording this and we're going to produce this in a similar format that's going to go on ArmyNet, and we hope to get that up there within the next 7 days for you. But there's a simpler approach to this than just having a professional cameraman there. All of you are probably used to using instant messages in Skype, where you use a webcam and you've got a little mic there. You can actually record directly into your PowerPoint with a presenter plug-in to record this next to it. And we've done a few trials and tests within the Innovation Centre that have produced some really good results. And actually we're hoping to identify a room where we can set up a service, a self-help service, where with one of us on hand, we can show you how it works for an hour, and you can sit there and actually record your presentation into this format. So at the end of the day, you walk away with a disc of your presentation in this format. And you can see plenty of the advantages, because you can flick backwards and forwards to sections, and it's really in the user's, under the user's control all of the time.
Following the potential NCO course, the next level is the junior NCO course.
And you can see how easy it is.
The only centrally held.
Okay, now this product has been around for quite a while. The thing that's held it back is there's not been enough infrastructure there for you to deliver it. Now I can tell you this plays on TAFMIS, it plays on DII, and you can have it delivered through ArmyNet, or we can upload it to DLP. So it's accessible to the learner, to the student, to the soldier, as and when they need it, from a variety of sources. from the home, from the laptop, from in work, through TAFMIS and DII. It's accessible. It won't play on a Mac because Mac doesn't support Flash at the moment. However, I would say hold your horses because there are going to be software applications that come out there that allow you to convert to one to another. So I wouldn't get too het up on the Mac PC issue and the iPad issue too much. The main focus today is to show that this is available to you, and it's something that you can do now, something you can develop now that can build a catalogue of training which is there available online. Because the hardest thing for any student, and you know those of us that have been to university and college and so on, is accessing and acquiring information as and when you need it. You don't want to be spending lots of time trawling around trying to find the right personality or locate the course. If we can produce a catalogue of training that people can go on and access at the time that's convenient for them and convenient for the people who actually want to train the soldiers up, then that's got to be a plus. Okay, I'm going to just move on from there. Just come out there. Because that is obviously a presentation example. If I move on, we can use BODMAS as a teaching example. Okay. Where's my arrow gone? There it is. Okay, and I'm just going to let this run. It takes about 3 minutes to run through. And it's going to just show you that at the end of it you can do a quiz. There are different formats of quiz that are built into the system. And so it makes it easy for you to actually produce things yourself or use the expertise of those around you. Now these windows here, this main window here, which is basically your PowerPoint window, has the capability of actually holding lots of different types of media. So you can play Flash in there. So you can do your 2D and 3D animations in there. You can play video in there. So it's not restricted to just one thing. The creativity is actually in using those two windows to give what exactly you're trying to put over. Okay? So really it's just a template we're talking about that holds the information in the training material.
Basic Science and Technology Department. And in this presentation I will be talking about BODMAS, a mathematical term that describes the order in which mathematical operators are performed. But before I start, let's do a quick sum. If I ask you to calculate 2 plus 3 times 5, what answer would you get? It seems logical to work from left to right and you have 2 plus 3 equaling 5 multiplied by 5 to give you 25. Alternatively, you could do the multiplication first. 3 times 5 is 15, and then add 2 to it to give you 17. So we've got two answers, 25 and 17. Which is correct? Well, the correct answer is 17. Because in mathematics, multiplication has a higher priority than addition. And that's where BODMAS comes in. It explains the order in which things have to be done. So in this presentation, I will explain what BODMAS is and how it fits together to ensure that you do these operations in the correct order. And then finally, 10 plus 2 times 4 minus 2. No brackets, but we've got multiplication, we've got addition, and we've got subtraction. You must do the multiplication first. It has the highest priority. So 2 times 4 is 8, plus 10 is 18, minus 2 gives you the answer 16. And finally, 7 plus, in brackets, 2 times 5 squared plus 3. Remember, by BODMAS, work out the terms in the brackets to start with. You've got 2 times 5 squared plus 3. We must do the square first. So we have 2 times 5 squared, which is 2 times 25, is 50, plus 3 gives you 53, plus 7 gives you 60. So BODMAS, the order in which mathematical operators are performed. Always start with brackets, then your powers and roots, then division and multiplication, and finally addition and subtraction. You must stick to that order. Right, I've gone through what BODMAS means for the last few minutes, and I hope you understand. To test your understanding further, there's a small, short online test for you to complete and print off a certificate to show that you've done it. Thank you for listening.
And then it breaks into a little test which you can do online. And at the end of it, there's a certificate that you can print out, which you can't actually easily cheat and copy somebody else's or photocopy somebody else's, because within the coding it doesn't actually allow you to do that. And a lot of the questions are all random as well. And I've dropped poor Chris in it up there, get him to work out the answers, because I gave him a load of answers and obviously the quiz is random, so he's probably struggling to complete the quiz. Okay, that's basically an overview of some of the things we've done, and I've tried to catch up time for you, so you can have and enjoy your coffee and get you back on track. I'm quite happy to answer any questions, but at the end of the day, we need you, the instructors, to invest in these initiatives, okay? Because we can't drive them from where we are. There may be a route of actually amending the iSpecs at some time when the system is set up where we can actually force the instructors to actually produce these things. But they're a valuable resource. Even if you record one of these, okay, and it's not ready to distribute as a piece of training, it's a valuable asset on a disk that can actually go to TDT for valuation to see if the TOs have been covered. It's actually a good judge of your own performance as an instructor. You can look back at yourself and see where you're making mistakes and errors. So there's a big scope there. There's lots of potential in this, and it is very rapid e-learning. It's something we can produce quickly because we're producing a rough draft of your training from your PowerPoint. It then gives you options to review what's been produced, and you might go to certain sections and say, well, I could have explained that a bit better, so I'll go back and redo that bit. I actually need a good animation for that because mine's not particularly good, so you can go to the media services and get them produce one in there. We can cut that back in, and all of a sudden there's a cycle of training there. You're starting with version 1, and you're moving and progressing and moving the training. Also, if it's controlled through TDT, you've got one online version of the truth. Now, I've done a couple of classroom ones of this, which haven't been launched, and they haven't been launched for a very good reason. And that's all the TOs weren't covered within the lesson. But nobody knew that because there's nobody sat at the back of the classroom covering it. But when it went back to TDT, it wasn't up to standard. And actually, some of it has gone back and been rewritten. EW is an example of that we did in 2.4 battery about 12 months ago. And that's my presentation. Thank you.